Hi, I'm Davis. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I make this beautiful leather cover for BiC lighters. The material used is the thick stuff I make my sheets from. A lighter cover can be made with thinner leather, but I wanted to stamp a pattern on this one, so thick leather was needed. It is vegetable tanned, 3.2 millimeters thick, or for my brothers over the BiC water, that is about 8 ounces. This particular model has a keyring which, other than the obvious use, can be attached to your backpack or other gear. Step 1 is tooling. Now, in order to get the best results possible, there are two things you need to do beforehand. One is taping the backside. Regular packing tape is going to work just fine. It will prevent the leather from stretching, so the pattern will be straight. And the other thing is to moisten the piece well, wrap it in plastic and leave it in the fridge overnight. Now, if you are good with tooling, you can work right away, but if you let it sit for at least a few hours, the results will be better. Another crucial part is to buy a high quality stamp. The one that I use here is from an Etsy shop called Leather Stamps Tools. Each tooling pattern is a bit unique by itself, so it takes practice to master it. My first tool pieces were far from the level you see here. Next step is cowering, and since this will make the leather wet, I will combine this step with forming around the lighter. Once the cover is spread evenly, I put the lighter inside and clamp the whole thing. I try to keep the lines as straight as possible and then leave it to dry overnight. Now it's time for stitching. First we need the holes, and next is cutting a stitching groove. I only stitch by hand. This type of stitching is called saddle stitch, and it is the strongest one if made correctly. It takes time and it's hard on the hands. I never learned to use a stitching pony, so I do it this way, constantly flipping the piece around. I use pliers to draw the needles out and a slick wooden stick to tighten the thread. Used to do that with my fingers, but the thread cuts are pretty nasty, so the extra step with the wooden tool is well worth it. Once stitching is done, I cut the excess. Then I make a hole for the keyring. I like to use the hole puncher with the drill instead of just smashing with the hammer. For extra strength, two metal eyelets are secured in the hole, one from each side. Through them, I put the smaller keyring. And here comes the part that I enjoy the least: sanding and polishing the edges. Starting with the coarse sandpaper, I carefully go over all the lines and the curves, making sure everything is smooth. When I'm done with the coarse sanding, I use a beveler to round the edges. It has to be really sharp, so I strop it every time before use. And be careful with that one, I have poked myself in the fingers many times. After beveling is more sanding, this time with finer grit. When that is done, the edge is covered and polished with a burnishing tool. It's just a matter of rubbing it until it gets polished, or until your hands fall off, whichever comes first. Last step is to put a protective coating. It fits the leather, makes it moisture resistant and a bit shiny. So that's it for today. Hope that you enjoyed watching. Let me know how you find it and what you'd like to see in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. See you the next time. Bye!